Okay, well, see you later. Better call somebody else. I mean, without being facetious, generally speaking, people that try and do that have already spoken to everybody already.
Yeah.
And they probably aren't getting the delivery of their candidates that they want because they're only paying 10%, 15%, whatever it might be. So I will ask that, and that's the sort of fact find that you would do as a recruiter and say, what are you currently paying? What's the service delivery based on that? Oh, okay, you're not getting the quality of the candidates. That is why, because you're not paying the market rate. So I think you've got to kind of take the step back and say, well, why do you, they don't see a value. If a company is trying to drive down on price, they don't see the value in what you do. It's not about that instant candidate you come up with. It's about the years and years of experience of building a network and gaining a reputation. That's where your value is as a recruiter. And I think if more recruiters thought with that mindset, rather than the price is not that CV, it's not that candidate right now, it's all the things you've done to get to that point in your career. And even if you listening to this and you've only got a year or 2 years experience, you still have a value to your customer. And that's where you've got to position your price accordingly. Now, if you really want to work with a business and it's someone that you've then targeted and they're saying, well, look, on our PSL, we're all working at this, and you think, Jesus Christ, I'm not pulling my pants down for that. You just have to make a sensible commercial decision, because the reality is that will then have an impact on how you then promote yourself to other businesses like that. So I think it's just, I'm not naive enough to think that sometimes there's lost leaders in recruitment. No, certainly not in Rec2Rec. There's absolutely no way now it's talent driven again and candidate driven again. But I think in some markets, I expect, temporary, blue collar, I understand that the margin, sometimes you have to think about that from an MSP point of view. But I think generally speaking, you've got to position yourself how you want to be promoted. Now, I've just always had a very old fashioned view on it, that I know what I'm worth. And, I am contingency actually. And I know that's where the retain model is very different. But if I speak just generally for the contingent market, it's the no win, no fee. Ultimately, that's the risk to the recruiter, isn't it? I think on the retain side, you're paying for my time, or even if you do the engagement model. But I think that for me, it turns me off. So what's the damage? What's the impact to you as the customer? I'm not going to be promoting you. I'm not going to be your brand ambassador, and you're not going to get the best candidates in the market. It's as simple as that. And I think your mindset needs to change. And I think you think about what you do, regardless of what you do, if you're asking for that person to drop their fee, how you would feel if someone asked you to do the same thing. It's all about impact.